Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carlos Phoenix with the Lounge Magazine, and I have another guest here today, Mr. Alexander Bishop, or Teddy Alexander Bishop. It's a pleasure to meet you. And how about you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've done before?
Well, I moved to Atlanta in '91, and I hooked up with two producers named L.A. Reid and Babyface at the time. And they got me in the business, and I started working from there. I started working with Usher, Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey, so on and so forth. Then I branched off from there and hooked up with a company called Noontime. From there, we worked with everybody from Mary J. Blige to, once again, Toni Braxton's, your Mariah Carey's, your Whitney Houston's, Usher's, Justin Bieber's, things of that nature. So I've been producing records here for a long time in Atlanta. I had 6 #1 hits in my life. From Tony, Aaliyah, remember the late Aaliyah?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see, Usher. Montel Jordan back in the day was my big first hit when I first got into the business. So I've been working ever since. And now I'm just getting more into the film scoring business and things of that nature.
Now, elaborate a little bit on that. Like, what makes you want to go into the film scoring business? Is there something about that business that...
It's in the film business?
Yeah.
Well, it's just me diversifying my talent. By me being in the music business for 20 years, you definitely want to diversify your skills. And I've always had a love for music, and I've always had a love for film. So the two intertwine together. So I just taught myself how to film score, and then I started getting hired for certain independent projects, and I love it. It's just fun. It's a fun thing to do.
Awesome.
I love to do it.
Now, how do you feel the internet's affecting any of this? You know, the music industry's been shaken up a lot lately, and so how do you think that the music industry might be affecting and maybe even influencing you to go into the film industry, of course? Is there any connection to that?
Yeah, I think it's pros and cons to it. I think the cons to it is that you can download movies and people's music for free now, which is taking money away from sales, publishing, things of that nature. But on the flip side of it, on the good side, you can use it as a tool to market yourself, to put your own records or your own movies or your own independent films out, to get bigger directors or bigger producers to pay attention to. So it can work both ways for you. It's all about how you make it work for yourself. Everything changes and evolves. And if you're a producer, a film producer, a music producer, a songwriter, you gotta know how to change with the times. So it can work for you if you just know how to do it right.
So now you're here at the show. What is it you're looking to get from being here? You told me that you're looking for some talent.
Me personally, I'm just looking to network with other filmmakers and directors who are looking for score and sound design. I've had a lot of success in the music business, so now I want to take my talents over into that world. So it's almost kind of like starting over again, because in the film business, they don't care that I've sold over 30 million records. They want to know if you can get the job done.
Right.
So I kind of got to rebuild my relationships in that business, but it's been going pretty good for me.
And have you scored anything lately?
Just independent stuff. Nothing big yet, but it's coming soon.
Now, a lot of what this show, for example, is covering is the independent business.
Right.
How'd you hear about this, first of all?
A friend of mine from LA told me about it.
Wow.
Out in California. He told me to come to it, so that's why I came.
And so do you plan on coming on the monthly shows that they're doing here?
Yes, I am, because I believe that you can bump into one person that can pretty much change your life. You know what I mean? So I'm on 10. I'm gonna just keep coming until I meet the right people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, and it's an honor to meet you. Grammy Award winner here.
Okay. Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And if you want to check out the show is loungemagazine.com, and we hopefully will have some fans coming up to you.
Wait a minute, what is that again? What's the name of it?
It's the loungemagazine.com.
I want to give a shout out to the loungemagazine.com for taking the time to interview me, and I need to check them out. Great, and peace and God bless.
Thank you very much. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carlos Phoenix at the Indie Lounge, and if you see the lower third right now, it's basically telling you that we have a guest. The guest is Miss Shannon Alexander, and hello, Miss Alexander. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your aspirations are here in Atlanta.
Well, I'm from Atlanta. I started acting and performing and dancing when I was 3 years old. Studied theater in college. and have basically consistently worked off and on most of my life. A little bit more recently because it's more available here, and I'm currently or about to start broadcasting school.
And where's that school?
Atlanta Broadcast Institute.
Oh, excellent. So what kind of projects have you been working on lately? You told me that you had done a commercial recently.
Mostly some modeling jobs that I've done. My most recent one was actually a commercial and print campaign for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. So if you're looking around in the ads, I'm the healthy mom in all the ads. And just kind of moving forward. That's where we're at right now.
So are you now currently with an agency or anything like that, or?
I'm actually currently working through an agency called Talent Soup, but I do not currently have a regular representation.
Okay. And so tell me a little bit about the entertainment industry in Atlanta. Has it been difficult? Is it new? Is it up and coming? I mean, how is it?
The entertainment industry itself, it's been kind of like simmering under the surface for a while. There's been some things here and there. I would say over the past 3 years, it's just been fantastic, and it's given a lot of us the opportunity to stay close to our families and not move to New York or LA or try to get into a crazy rat race like that. It gives us the opportunity to do it here, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, lately I've noticed a lot of movement in the entertainment industry in Atlanta, so hopefully you can get into that whole tornado of, for lack of better words, of activity that's going on. And we're here at Get Connected, which is a event that they have monthly, and we may be covering it monthly, where we're talking about, or talking to all the independent entertainers in Atlanta and filmmakers. And it's basically this big movement to try and liven up the whole activity here. So I appreciate you coming by, and hopefully we can get some fans to join your Facebook page.
Thank you.
And we'll be looking forward to you on television. And there's probably like a bunch of clips that you'll be watching in this episode. Hopefully you can hear me too. A lot of music. But right now we are now at Building 200 in Atlanta. And basically what's going on here is it's called the We Get Connected or Get Connected, and it's the independent world of Atlanta, the independent film industry, music, sound, studios, just about everything you can think of is all here, and we're shooting here live. We actually brought the TV studio here so you guys can see what's going on, and we'll be talking to actors and actresses and directors and people who are working in the industry, and basically I'm just trying to cover what's happening here in Atlanta. But of course, if you guys have been on the show, I cover more than Atlanta. But this is the beginning. This is part of what's going on with the Lounge, where we're trying to get you guys to see what's going on out there in the independent world. You're not alone. So if you're doing stuff, you're trying to get out there, there's a whole industry here waiting for you. It's not just New York and LA now. So we're going to get some more people on, and so keep on watching, and then I'll put all these clips together, and hopefully it'll just be a really good episode of fascinating actors, actresses, and people who are working in the industry. So keep on watching. And Candy just stopped by our table, who she's going to basically explain a little bit as to what she does and who she is, and that's her Twitter handle. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Candy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Candy Monet. I'm a singer, songwriter, actress, and I'm also a radio personality. I have a radio show called Real Talk with me, Candy Monet, and it's every Wednesday live from 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Love 860 AM. And if you can't listen to it on Love 860 AM, you can always live stream it on a computer at love860.com. And basically the show, we talk about real things that are important in the community, different events going on, new restaurants, the biggest new thing in Atlanta, whatever our listeners want to talk about, that's what we want to talk about. And I also play some of my music, my inspirational music, and also inspirational music from other artists. I want to do something positive that was going to be good for our community. So please listen every Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., Love 860 AM or love860.com. And you can reach me at facebook.com/Monet, MET.Candy, KANDI, or Twitter at Candy Monet.
That's excellent. So when you promote your show, do you promote it on Twitter and Facebook and things like that? Excellent. So guys, make sure you follow her, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Facebook page is Facebook.com/Real Talk with Candy Monet. Make sure you like the page and listen to the show.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Candy.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Nice to meet you.
And we're going to have a few more people coming through, so keep on watching, guys. And I'll put all these episodes together to make one show to kind of go over what the event's about and how many people have been attending. Thank you very much, Candy.
Thank you.
Take care. I have a new guest at the Get Connected show, and this is going to be Stephen. Stephen from ifundy.com. Hello, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Oh, okay. Let me fix your lower third there. There you go. So, Stephen, we've talked before. I'd like to let you have a moment to explain to everyone what your business does.
So basically, iFundy is an online fundraising platform specifically for the arts and the entertainment industry. We basically help people raise money for different things, whether it's a film project, whether it's your next music album, fashion, clothing line, whatever you can think of within the entertainment industry, you come to us to help you raise money for that.
So basically, now there's other websites that are similar to this, but they don't kind of focus on the independent film industry the way yours does. Is that primarily what you're focusing on?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll focus just on the arts and entertainment industry because, we want to help out with the industry.
And so can you elaborate further on how someone who's an aspiring filmmaker basically would go to your website and how is that process?
It's a real simple process. The only thing you have to do is go on the website and tell us about your project, and we'll send you a link to actually create the profile on the back end. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up, and you basically you can use video to talk directly to your people about what your project is and why you're raising money, and you also you just kind of create a description of a project. And the cool thing is you actually give them different levels of rewards to give them like a sponsorship package for your project. So you say for like $1, I'll give you maybe a thank you email saying thank you for your support, all the way up to like $1,000 or $500. You can actually give credit into the film, to the production, exclusive VIP passes to somewhere, anything you can think of.
So can you tell me a little bit of a success story so far, or are people still just getting funded right now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know it's a new website, so.
Yeah, it's pretty new, but we're still excited about it. We actually had one particular client that was actually here at this event tonight. She actually raised $23,000 for a film, Echo at 11 Oak Drive. So they launched that project in about January, and it took them 60 days to raise that money. But it's a really exciting process, and it was just cool to see it all happen.
That's awesome. I love the fact that basically, if you have a really good idea, the public gets to contribute and become part of that idea and make that idea happen. I mean,
definitely.
that idea of being part of creativity to me is excellent. And the fact that you're able to come up and put it together and formulate it into a simple to use website is extremely impressive.
And I think it's important too, because you want to know who your real supporters are, and you can actually engage them into seeing, have them kind of participate into making your project happen. And it kind of just cuts out the middleman. You can go directly to them and ask them for the support, and they'll give it back to you if they really are your fans and really do support you. So, and I think it's just an important element to emphasize. It's like we want to make it totally simple. We know these are artists at the heart. They don't want to deal with complicated technology. So that's kind of like how we try to make the whole process that simple.
Excellent, Stephen. It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad that the site, and my understanding is you just launched the updated version of the site.
Just today, literally. We're really excited about it.
Everybody, I want you to go check out that website. It is ifundy.com, IFUNDIE. You can see it on the lower third there. And is there a Facebook or a Twitter you'd like to be able to promote?
Find us on Facebook /ifundy, IFUNDIE. Follow us on Twitter.com @ifundy. LinkedIn, iFundy, we're all over the place.
Okay, so it's iFundy everywhere.
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
and,
Carlos.
Much success to the website and to all you filmmakers who are going to be going out there and basically creating new things with the help of the public. And we're going to talk again. I'm probably going to have him as a guest on the show, and we're probably going to talk about some of the people who are doing films out there using the resources of iFundy. So again, once again, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
With Dwayne and LaWayne.
That's right.
I mean, I can't make up this stuff.
Yeah, our parents were cruel.
All right, so I wanted to introduce you guys because I met them just briefly recently, and they are independent filmmakers who've gotten together with musicians to basically put solid projects together.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to let you guys kind of talk and explain how this all started, and then let the public know a little bit more about you guys.
Yeah, about 5 years ago, we entered a film, the Atlanta 48-hour film project, where we have 48 hours to write, film, and edit movies. And it's turned into more of a passion of ours, so we enjoy making them. We've done it 5 years now in a row. Our second year we won first place, which was pretty amazing. And then this year we're up for an award as well. We don't know what it is, we find out in July. But we're here at this event to try and meet other actors and actresses. We're trying to build up a database because we develop plots within 48 hours. We don't know what actors we need and what actresses, so it's good for us to have a database that we can go to and find people that are interested.
As far as like collaborating with musicians and we've teamed up with a gentleman, Steve Franks, who has a company called Atlanta Music for Film, and he's been scoring all our movies, the last 3 movies.
Right.
So it's been really nice to team up with a writer like that and really get some nice professional sounding music, which really makes our films that much more professional sounding.
Awesome. Yeah, so trying to catch one of them at your presentation desk. Explain to me what the storyline is for Boy in the Box.
Boy in the Box, yes. It's a feel-good movie at the end. It's got a boy that has an unfortunate accident, and it's what this boy goes through to get out of his situation that he's in. And
yeah, we don't want to give away too much, but
yeah,
that's basically
it's a really good happy ending, but it sends a message out to cell phone users while driving and people that like to text and drive. So it's got a good message behind it.
Yeah,
Now, are most of your films that way? I mean, do you guys do all your films with a kind of like a message to last behind?
No, most of our films have more of a dark humor to it. We're more into comedy, but because of the genres we've chosen, we at the festival before it starts, you pick a genre out of a hat, so you never really know what movie you're going to make. And the last ones have been more feel-good movies, so I think it shows our versatility, but our passion more, what we enjoy doing are more movies with twists, and little bizarre angles on them. But I think we've been successful with our other genres as well.
Now, so you're doing independent films, and most of them are short. What's the future for you on that? Like, is it something where you're looking for a way to distribute them, or is it a way to get noticed and maybe in the future do full feature films? Is that the method here?
Yes, we've actually been approached by Turner into creating 7 shorts on one of our concepts that we've been known for. So hopefully that's our big break into the industry.
Excellent,
and
awesome.
That connection was discovered through one of our film shorts that we made 3 years ago. So it's amazing how maybe something that we do for fun can hopefully turn into something we can make money on. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, so those are things that you're working on now? Is that right?
Yes, we're just in the talks with Turner, and hopefully in the next 6 months we'll have those 7 episodes done, and they'll start showing as filler, little 90-second fillers.
Nice. That's excellent.
It's small, but we're trying to get in there somewhere.
I mean, I'm looking forward towards the future for our network is to eventually create a location where people can also distribute their short films.
Very nice.
We have the social network, the Lounge Network,
That's right.
where people can join, filmmakers like yourselves, and hopefully sound designers and musicians and all that stuff can all collaborate on our social. We built a social network on the website, and if you haven't gone to it, please go there now and join so you can talk to folks like yourselves.
Yeah.
And the idea in the future is that there'll be so many people there that they can collaborate with each other to build films.
Yeah, that's
and eventually
perfect.
also become a distribution for even the short films so that they can see how good they are
Right.
with each other. But I appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for stopping by. And I hope to have you guys on again. Are you guys located here in Atlanta?
Very cool. What was that?
You're both located here in Atlanta?
Yeah, we're both here in Atlanta.
Awesome.
That's right.
Well, so are we. So it was a
Cool.
pleasure
Very
meeting you
cool.
guys.
Thank
And
you.
once again, can somebody let the people know how they can find you on Twitter or on Facebook?
Yeah, I think the best thing maybe to see our work is maybe on YouTube. You can look up Boy in the Box 48, and you can leave us a message on there, and then we can get back to you. Is there a better way?
You can probably just search out Bontrager Twins, and probably will show up a lot of our past work. Is
Yeah,
on YouTube.
I think we're the only Bontrager twins. So
Okay.
yeah, odds are.
Well, I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming by.
You bet.
And guys, we're going to have more guests. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be more guests on the Lounge Magazine on this show. And we're just getting started. So thank you for watching. Now I have Mr. World, Mr. Walter Ward. And how are you, Walter?
I'm doing all right, out here grinding, get connected in the A-Town, you know what I mean?
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about your background and what you've done, and then what you plan on doing in the future.
Well, I've managed several rappers in the city. I shoot music videos. We do television shows. We have a website, moviesonline.ning.com, Facebook, Twitter. So what we do is basically we give artists the exposure that they need. We've been all over the country, just finding artists, shooting their video, promoting their project for them, and laying it down like that. You know what I mean?
Excellent. And how did you get started in all of that?
How'd I get started? It all started with $150 and a camera from the pawn shop.
That's how I got to hear it.
And we just kind of grinded out from there. Everybody we knew was trying to be a rapper, singer, actor, or something. So we put them in front of the camera, ran into a couple celebrities, put them in front of the camera, cranked out some DVDs, went to the local television stations, hit them up. They was trying not to let us in the door. We kicked down the door, we burnt the door down. Now we in there. You know what I mean? So basically we just had an idea and we just stayed passionate about it until we got what we wanted. And we ain't even where we trying to be, so we just still trying to work. You know what I mean?
So how does that start? Like, you kind of explained how you started, but what went into your head and said, you know what, I want to do this as a service. I want to get people noticed and recognized and stuff. What goes into you and say, this is what I want to do for people?
Well, it all started, me, my best friend, my girlfriend, and his girlfriend were watching pornos, and we were like, man, we need to be trying to make some movies and make some money too. And then a friend that we knew, he actually was doing it on a low budget scale, just like we started out. And I said, man, we need to go out there and just get us a camera. We need money. We always trying to be in front of somebody's camera. We think we celebrities anyway. We might as well start somewhere. A lot of people are saying, no, it's not going to work. Just get a job. I was like, well, getting a job is cool, but, this is what I want to do. This is what I do, you know what I mean?
Oh, I understand completely.
Yeah.
So what's the future now? What's the next step for you?
The next step is kicking down a major television network door, getting more mainstream, becoming a household name, which is going to take more work, going to take more money. We're going to have to get in front of more cameras, network with more people such as yourself, the Indie Lounge, and just we trying to be Oprah right now, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get our Oprah swag on, so, you know what I mean? That's really all, which what we trying to get to, that's where the money at, and everybody know you, somebody going to give you some money. You know what I mean? So that's what we trying to do.
Well, excellent. Is there another way that people can communicate with you? I have your Twitter name on the screen.
Yeah, holla at me on Twitter. You can call me, 404-784-3460. You can get me on Facebook, Walter Ward, or Hood Broadcasting. You Google Hood Broadcasting Networks. Look up Miss Action, AXTION, the hottest female artist in the game. You can ask anybody about Hood Broadcasting in the city of Atlanta. We ain't hard to find, you know what I mean? Just get on your internet game. If you're really looking for us, you'll find us. But if you're really hot, we're gonna find you anyway, so, you know what I mean? Just keep your eyes open, you dig?
Awesome. I appreciate your time, man. I really hope that you guys really break that shell of the separation between independent world and then the mainstream world? Because that's a big step for a lot of people.
I mean, everybody go through it. You know, Tyler Perry, he went through it. You know, he was homeless, then he was super rich.
Exactly.
Oprah went through it, she was fat, now she Oprah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, we gonna get it. We gonna get it somehow, some way. You know what I mean? Like Jigga Man say, my only hell since when y'all niggas know me to fail. You dig?
Awesome.
So that's how we kicking it. You know what I mean?
All right, again, I appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Check out his Twitter. Get friends with him. Listen to what he's got to say, and hopefully we'll see him in the future in a lot of productions out there.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. This is Carlos Phoenix. If I can just switch back to my camera, all this live stuff is just driving me crazy. But Carlos Phoenix, Lounge Magazine. I have yet another guest here at the Let's Get Connected show, and it's Mr. Steve Franks.
Steve Lock Franks.
Mr. Steve Lock Franks. He did explain to me that there's another Steve Franks who
is a lot
you don't
more.
want to have your name confused with that person.
Yeah, he's a lot more famous than me. He happened to he produced a little show called Psych. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but it's not me.
I'm sure maybe some of the folks out there might have heard it, but let us learn about you and what you've done and what you're planning to do and things of that nature. Go ahead.
All right, what I'm doing, I started Atlanta Music for Film, and what it is a resource for people on a budget. Now, I'm not saying no money, but people on a budget to get quality original scores done for their films. I emphasize scores because we're not talking songs. If you want a song, I can do that. But if you want like John Williams, Hans Zimmer, James Newton Howard, that kind of stuff, I'm talking scoring for film, I can do that for an independent film, make it sound like Hollywood. I can also do trailers. I also do voiceover. And not just film, I call myself multimedia support because it's not just film. I mean, it could be a video game, it could be a documentary, a training video, an audiobook. You know, it could be darn near anything. If you need some music behind it, if you need a voice behind it, I got you covered.
Awesome.
That's what I do.
And you're primarily based here in Atlanta.
Correct. My first gig was for a medical company in Canada. Never met any of them.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it was great. That was my first gig under Atlanta Music for Film. I was so happy.
Now, can you let some folks know what projects are out there that you might have already worked on that they might be able to catch?
I've done the last 3 48-hour film festivals. And this last one that we did called Boy in a Box, which I did with the Bontrager twins. They're partners of mine. They own a company called Create Effects. That one is up for an award. We're actually a finalist, which means we're going to win an award, but we don't know which one it is yet.
Right, okay.
So it's cool. We could say we have an award-winning film, but it's a mystery which award.
Okay. So now what's the future? What are you guys planning to do? How does this event connect to what you plan on doing?
Well, I've actually met a lot of people that need my services. I'm actually working with a group called Scriptworks on a film called The Punished. So look for that. I'm going to score the music for that, and I might end up doing the trailer for it as well. It's a really cool short, like nothing. Let's put it this way, you're not going to expect this, not out of Atlanta. It's pretty awesome.
Now, what kind of a distribution model are you guys looking at in respect to the short films? Like,
as far as short
films, a lot
films,
of independent films being worked on. I'm sorry.
a
lot of independent films being worked on, but where are they gathering? Where do people go to kind of get all this outside of your average film festival?
Well, the 48-hour film festival happens every year in June. So you could just look that up online. They'll tell you when the next one is. It's a national contest. So that's something you can find very easily. A lot of the films that we're doing for the 48, we actually like the films so much that we're actually going to tweak them and then start sending them out to Cannes and just a bunch of different film festivals and just kind of go fishing, see what happens.
Awesome.
But I'm a Yankee down here in the South, enjoying myself, and I'm enjoying it, man.
I'm right there with you. I'm a Yankee.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Likewise, I appreciate the time.
And,
I'm losing my voice. This actually isn't my voice.
Okay, you did great. And once again, you can catch them at AtlantaMusic4Film.com. And is there a Twitter or Facebook you want people to?
Yes, actually, AM4F on Twitter. You can catch me and follow me there.
Excellent. Well, thanks again.
Thank you. Oh, go on my Facebook page too and look for AM4F. That's my fan page and hit like.